Hey, Bulls and Bears, back with another dose of economic reality. It's a new week. Hope everyone's doing well. Happy Monday to everybody. It is October 10th, 2022. Some news that I have here even surprised me, and I'm usually on top of the news. I'm on top of it, but it's just much worse than I thought. We're going to talk about rents. How many people are behind on rents? Well, it's going to shock you. It surprised me. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. In some cities, and actually many cities, it's 1 in 4 people are behind on their rent. This is widely reported. I happen to be reading a CNBC article right here. Overall, it's about 15%, so 1 in 6 households in the United States of America behind on their rent. Yet we're told we've been in an economic recovery since the shutdowns and since the crisis in 2020. We're told that this was a recovery, record amounts of money printing, uh, stimulus payments, enhanced unemployment benefits, programs and packages to rescue people or to help people, moratoriums on evictions, foreclosure prevention programs, millions of people getting help with their utility bills, on and on and on. But yet, people are still in the situation where 1 in 6 households overall are behind on rent. This is wild. This is astonishing to me. And I don't know how anyone can sit there and say that this economy is not just crumbling apart. Of course, they'll point to the stock market, they'll point to the unemployment rate, and they'll say, oh, look at this unemployment rate. It's low, everything's fine. Look at this. Here are the cities that are the worst. It's worse than 1 in 6 in many of these cities here. States with the most renters behind on their monthly rent. And this is as of recently here. South Dakota, number one, 26%. So over 1 in 4 people in South Dakota behind on their rent. Alabama, number two, 25%. New Jersey, 24%. South Carolina, 22%. Connecticut, 21%. Delaware, 20%. Arkansas, 20%. Kentucky and Louisiana, both 20%. And finally, the top 10, New York, number 10 at 19%. So I thought there would be California in the top 10. Really surprised to see that. This is surprising, but not so surprising. I mean, we know that the amounts of debt, the levels of debt that people are in, it's unseen. We've never been in this boat before, this far out to sea without a paddle. Um, Pick your term to describe the type of financial situation that this country is in. Most people are in financial peril. It may not look like it. They may be driving a new car. It's probably some 72-month loan, and they're probably just strapped with debt. And a lot of people are stressed out now more than ever. We know more people have been turning to therapists and medications to help them cope with the stresses that we see today. And a big part of it's financial. The number one reason for relationship issues and divorce, in every study that I've read on that, it's always financial. It always comes back to financial. So people, often ask me that know I do the channel. They say, "How can you talk about finance, economics all the time? Doesn't it get boring?" How can it get boring when it's the number one thing affecting people's lives is finance and the economy and their incomes, and they're stressed out over debt and their bills and their payments and everything else on top of that. You have family health issues. It's big, folks, and this country is in big trouble. When renters get free rent, when certain people get free rent with the moratoriums, the ones that are still paying are going to pay more. That's just the way business works. If a business has more expenses, what are they going to do? Are they going to eat it and just go out of business and go bankrupt? Well, that happens sometimes when people stop buying their products or when they just can't charge enough to cover all their expenses. But oftentimes they'll just raise the price to compensate for the rising costs, right? How many times have we seen it? Oh, my insurance bill went up. You call your insurance company. Oh, we have more costs. We have more claims that we had to pay. So we're going to pass along that expense to the customer. The same thing with landlords. If you have somebody that owns multiple properties, and if half of those customers stop paying, but you can't evict those people, are you just going to go sit there and do nothing and go bankrupt as a landlord? Or are you going to raise your rents on the ones that are paying rent? You're going to raise your rents unless you're a complete buffoon idiot. But that's what most business owners will do. They'll pass along. They'll try to charge the people that are buying, they're paying customers, and it's true with it, whether it's rents or whether it's a restaurant, selling food, they're going to pass along the extra costs to the customers. Otherwise, it's go out of business. And so landlords pass along these extra costs. People said, "Oh, it's great. Look at all these people are getting rescued. They don't have to pay their rents." Well, when you see what's happening with rents right now and how many people are behind on their rents, looking back, did it help or did it hurt more? I think the evidence is pretty obvious. The quote unquote rescue programs hurt more than they helped. And now, have we seen rents come down? No, we saw an explosion, a record setting explosion in the increase of rents. And a big part of that was these so called rescue programs. And it usually is the case where if something is meant to help, it's going to do more harm than it does good. A lot of these rescue programs, I'd say most of them, I can't put a percentage on it because there's got to be a lot of different ones that are looked at. But if I had to put a guess on it, I'd say 99% of these programs that are meant to help actually end up hurting more than they help. I've always said here, you probably heard me say it 1,000 times, things are going to continue to get worse. Here we are. The health crisis came and went. That was the blame. Everything was blamed on that, wasn't it? That wasn't the money printing. It wasn't the rescue programs. It wasn't the decisions that were made by the quote unquote leaders. It was it's all about the health crisis. Well, now that's gone. Sure, there are some lingering health issues there, and other health issues. On top of that, is people not taking care of themselves, not eating good. A lot of it because people can't afford healthier food. That's a whole nother topic, but it has to do with your household budget and finance and economics. Is people can't afford healthy food, and you're going to continue to see people get more and more unhealthy. That's the way it is. People are eating the cheapest food, not the healthiest food. The healthiest food is the most expensive food, usually, typically organic, and the such. But yeah, households are stretched. This is going to get worse. I mean, you wouldn't think it would get worse than 1 in 4, but what's going to fix this? Obviously, everything that's been up until now didn't fix this. Some states see 1 in 4 renters behind on their rent. This is astonishing. This is outrageous. I mean, pick your word. This is ridiculous. It's sad. I mean, at the end of the day, this is sad that the United States, supposedly the richest country in the world, has states with 1 in 4 people not paying rent. If you look at the entire country, 1 in 6, so not much better. Puts it at about 15%, not paying their rent. And these are supposedly the good times. This is the all-time low unemployment, near all-time lows, I should say. And this is the good times. What's it going to look like when unemployment is not at all-time lows? What if unemployment hits 6, 7, 8, 9%? And we know that's a cherry-pick number. We know that there's 100+ million right now out of the labor force. We already know that the statistics that were being given here, the mainstream statistics, are basically cherry-picked and highly inaccurate. Some people would say phony and fake. And this is the way it's going to continue to be. It's going to be, if you look at the news, if you watch CNBC, this probably won't be the head story on the TV show. This is probably going to be buried just on the internet, like I found it. The headline story is going to be, oh, the stock market did this. This investor says to buy this dip and you'll get rich. Everything will be fine. Well, I hope everything's going to be fine. If everything was fine, if everybody was investing successfully, would we have this many people behind on rents? Wild, folks. All right, let me know what you think down in the comments, folks. We're going to make this one short. I hope everyone's doing well, and keep stacking, keep preparing, because things are headed in the wrong direction very quickly, as this article points out here. So hope everyone's well. Thanks for being here, for supporting this channel. But first, a couple quick shout outs to people supporting this channel. Just by being here, you support this channel. By commenting, you support this channel. By sharing these videos, you support this channel. So thank you for all that. But here are the people that are supporting me to the next level. These are the super thanks people that gave me a tip down in the super thanks, down the super thanks button down below this video. Marco Allen, thank you. Blue Steel, thank you for the tip. Maria Rivero, again, thank you. Wow, saviors here to this channel. Thank you very much. Again, everybody, keep stacking. Bye for now. Peace.